So, an isekai that has been really good this season is The Weakest Tamer Began a Journey to Pick Up Trash. Now, this has been a fantastic isekai so far this season because I like the whole vibe and everything that's happening in this anime. So, essentially, it follows this girl named Ivy. She gets reincarnated. We don't really know how she got reincarnated because it doesn't really touch on that, and that's a good thing because it does not worry about her past self. I will say, there is an interesting way that they do show off that she has memories from her past life. With us meeting Ivy, we find out that essentially she got kicked out of her village and like she's been disowned from her family, and like there's a bounty on her head, so there's a price on her head. And then as throughout these first 4 episodes, we learn exactly what happened, because in this world everybody has some type of job or title that they get assigned by the church when they're around like 5 years old, and then usually with that you get assigned stars, and depending on how many stars you have, that will tell you how good of that position you will be, because like you could be one of the best if you have a certain amount of stars. But we find out with Ivy, she has no stars. Now Ivy's her new name, and I mean I'm calling her Ivy because that's her new name. Like she does have an older name that she was called in the village, but I'm calling her Ivy because that's the name that she says for majority of the anime anyway. But I digress. But yeah, she has 0 stars, and that causes everybody to freak out, and they think like she's a bad omen and all that. Her family just starts acting very bad towards her. Like you see early on, especially I think it was episode 3 that they showed us that, we saw early on that her family loved her and they thought she was amazing, and like they loved her as a character because she was the youngest sibling, and we saw that her siblings loved her parents loved her. But as soon as she got them 0 stars, they did not give a fuck about her, and they started treating her so goddamn horribly. It was so goddamn sad. I was like, fuck your family, because I was like, why are they treating you right there just because you have 0 stars? I mean, my theory is that she more than likely has so many stars that like it doesn't show up on like the church's thing, because once she's got reincarnated, and usually when people get reincarnated in these isekai, they're usually OP. I think it's one of those situations, because I think she's gonna probably learn that she's actually a really dope tamer, because she did tame a slime that we meet in the anime. But yeah, at that moment it really does piss you off, and I would say there are a lot of sad moments in this anime, because one, she has to basically pose as a boy because she doesn't want people to know that she's a girl, because there's literally wanted posters all over about her, because her village really want her like badly. They want to pack her up badly because they think it's going to affect their town. I think it's basically through the chief spewing some basically nonsense about her, talking about how she's a bad omen and all this other stuff, when it's like, nah, the chief is just trying to pack her up because like he wants to save face just because like something bad's happened in the village or whatever. But we did see there was a fortune teller that did help her out early on, but then eventually we saw the fortune teller passed away, which was sad. But as the anime says, what we essentially follow Ivy doing is that she goes to a whole bunch of trash dumps, and in those trash dumps she basically picks up magical bags or anything else that's useful, like potions. And there's no one of these days she's going to run into this slime, and she basically tames the slime, and we see the slime is actually pretty like good and useful, because the slime keeps eating potions, and like she needs those potions. But we saw one time when she got attacked by this tree, we saw like her arm was all messed up. I was like, oh my gosh, what's about to happen to her? And then we saw the slime was right there on there, and she's like, oh, I guess the slime's gonna eat me. And then the slime the whole time was just healing her. It wasn't really eating her. And we see that the slime eats different potions, so probably as it gets bigger and bigger, it's gonna eat different potions, and we'll see like it'll probably be able to do a lot of different healing magic and other stuff. So I'm really excited to see what's gonna happen with her and her slime, because the slime is starting to kind of like talk a little bit. It has like the pew pew, like it says that, and it's pretty funny. So I'm waiting to see what's gonna happen between those two. And I think saw like it's either in the opening or it's in like a promotional arc that she's gonna get some type of like big cat. So we'll see how that happens, and eventually she's supposed to maybe get to like some other town and maybe start living life better. But one of the sad aspects of this is every time she goes to a new village, she always has to like tread lightly, because she was in one town and she actually was enjoying it, because like one, she was catching a whole bunch of field mice, taking it to these places and then getting bread. But then she saw her wanted poster there and she freaked out and ran away. So each village she has to tread light, because she knows that there's a wanted poster on there, so she has to get to a certain town. And like the fortune teller did tell her there's a certain place that she needs to visit, because that'll probably be the safest that she can go. But yeah, I've really been enjoying this one, and also the opening and ending are so good, like so goddamn good. The best of the season. If you've been watching this, you know how good those ones are. They're some of the best openings I've heard in a long time. That's how good they are. And also the animation has been looking amazing. Everything about this anime has been looking amazing. The crazy thing is the studio that's doing this anime, this is one of their first like anime like full one, besides like some of this, because they worked on like other stuff, but it was never just like a full one like this. And they are doing a phenomenal job on this anime, because it looks gorgeous and so goddamn good. But yes, and the one thing I was talking about earlier when it comes to Ivy, like when it comes about her like past life and all that, one of the things I love that this anime does is like she'll be talking about something and then she'll get like some ping in her head. To the audience, it looks like she's talking to herself, but like we know that like it's her past life saying some type of memory in her mind. And I like that because there's so many isekai where a character gets reincarnated into a little kid and they focus too much on the past life, where this one, it doesn't really bring up the past life like that besides like little instances. And like the thing is, we don't hear nothing from the past life. We just hear Ivy talking to herself, and I like that because you know there's so many anime that do things like that. So this anime will remind you of Ascendance of a Bookworm because it has the same vibe as that. I will say at certain aspects, like the way Ivy is compared to Mai and Bookworm, like they kind of have like the same vibe ish, but this one is a little bit different because like this has a lot of sad moments. That one has a little bit, but this one has a lot of sad moments, at least early on, and we see like how tough her life is because she's on the run and she's trying to get to a safe place. But yes, this is the isekai that I like because there are, I'll say, other isekai where a character's been reincarnated as a little kid and, you know, their whole, like, mindset is on weird stuff, where this one, it's like, no, there ain't no weird shit at all. She's just trying to focus on surviving and not focus on other, like, useless stuff that some, I'll say, male MCs usually focus on, because female MCs, they usually are focused on, you know, trying to get that money and other type of things, where the male isekai MCs are usually the horny ones that are focused on other BS they shouldn't be focusing on. But yeah, if y'all been watching The Weakest Tamer, let me know how y'all feel about this anime, because this one has actually been really good to me and I've really been enjoying this one a lot, and I look forward to it week by week, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen to Ivy and how I'm hoping that eventually she does get to like live a better life and we can start getting some happiness ish. Yes, we can have the dark moments because this does shine light on a lot of dark moments, because like we saw that she ran across like a whole bunch of corpses and all that. They got attacked by some monsters, and then she went to the town hall and she told them about it, and like she's kind of just freaking out about it because like she always wants to be cautious because she does not want people to know who she is. And we saw that she also doesn't know how to like count money and all that, and she has to try different things because when she gets a certain amount of money, she's like, oh, how much is this? Because like when she's trying to trade, because she was trying to trade with this snake, with this one like person that bought the snake, and he gave her this money and she was like, oh, is this not enough? And she's like, oh, no, this is fine, because like she doesn't really know all these different things, because one, she was pushed out of the village before she can learn a lot of this, so she's kind of doing a lot of this like some quick math on the fly, and she's learning it because like she's basically representing money as like field rats, and like she's doing it like that. So there's little things there that I like too, that just shows that she's on the fly, that she's trying to learn all these little things that she's never really experienced, because one, she was living in the village, and one, she was a little kid, and like she never should have known all this until later on as she was learning, but she was forced into running away and learning some of the things the way she had to do, because the fortune teller did teach her, but at the same time there's still other things that she does not know fully, because she was ran out of her village and ran out of like learning all these basic things that she should know, but she's slowly but surely learning how to do them because like she got help from the fortune teller and like actually going out in life and trying and experiencing all these different things. Though this one has been a fantastic anime this season. Honestly, it's up there as one of my favorite ones from this season, and it's been a really good isekai. If you're looking for a really good isekai, watch Weakest Tamer, because this one is by miles the best isekai that has came out this season though, and I'm really excited for this one to see what's going to happen the rest of the season. If you've read the manga or the light novels, let me know how good it is and what all happens though. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, why not like? If you didn't, you could dislike, subscribe, really enjoyed. But yeah, Weakest Tamer, that boy is good, and I can't wait to see the rest of the series though. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you next video though. Bye. And also, the slime is adorable at times too, I will say that, and I can't wait to see what other like stuff she's gonna tame though. But yeah, bye. I'll see you later.